Hey guys, so I am going to visit that homeless artist that I made my first video on. I ran into him at QT like 2 weeks ago, and I talked with him. He said that I could interview him. I have a free day, it's Saturday. I'm gonna go and pick up some Panda Express, get him some vegan Beyond meat bowls, and pull up, have some lunch with him, talk with him about art, life, and maybe he'll show me some of his art. I guarantee you there's some new pieces out there than from my first video, so I can show off that as well. And yeah, so I am headed there now. All right, I've secured the Panda. Now off to the man, the myth, the legend, the artist. I forgot his name, to be honest. I don't know, figure it out. I just talked with the boy Gregory. He said to give him a couple minutes, he's gonna use the bathroom, and then we're good to get going on the interview. I'm excited. I'm gonna set up everything up on the tripod here, and I guess I'll ask him where he wants to film at, and maybe there's some, well, I don't wanna, there's a homeless man over here in front of me. I don't wanna look like I'm filming him or whatever, but there's some art over there and whatnot. Maybe he'll walk us around.
Hey guys, so unfortunately this video did not go as planned at all. I brought out my camera that day to interview and film with Gregory, and I forgot the wind cover for the microphone on the camera, and it just happened to be the windiest day that Texas had in the longest time, and we were under a bridge, so cars going through. It just made it absolutely horrible. There will be a couple times where I try to get some audio in here. That was literally almost impossible in itself, so mostly it's going to be a voiceover of me just kind of explaining what was going on either at the moment or just kind of talking about some of the things we talked about, because I did write down in my notes after I left some of our talking points. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I'm sorry, and I hope that y'all can get through this without that. That being said, it was a really cool time being able to meet Gregory and just talk with him, bring him some Panda Express, eat with him. He was a real down-to-earth, chill dude. He had some friends in the area that walked by in the video, and he waved to them. He said that he was saving some of his food for someone else later. So you can kind of get the gist of what this guy's like, basically from the footage that I have, from his actions, from there's parts where I tried to keep in where you can kind of catch his character through what he's saying, where you can hear him. He has some laughter or whatnot. But yeah, I hope y'all can get through this, and bear with me on this video. I wanted to get it out there because I had the footage and he's worth being seen. Hopefully I can go back to Texas. I moved earlier this year. Hopefully I can go back and get another video with him in the future. We'll have to see. But yeah, thanks for checking this out.
You've been here ever since? Have you ever left Texas or anything, or not?
No, I left once to go to Virginia.
What did you do
I
over
lived
there?
very long. I worked at a company called Keyhole.
So at first we were really just eating. I wanted him to enjoy the food while it was still warm, because I had driven like 15 minutes since getting the Panda Express. So at first it was just kind of small talk. We were eating with each other, getting to know each other a little bit. He was asking where I worked. I asked him if he had any past jobs or if he was doing any work at the moment, anything like that. You know, just kind of introducing each other. And you could tell right off the bat, he was a very friendly dude, open, willing to talk, basically very carefree. It was really cool getting to know and meet him right away. And I could tell that it was going to be a cool little interview.
What our fortune like today. Oh man.
You're up and running.
Your positive attitude is contagious. Do you agree with this?
What did
happy events will take place in your home.
All right.
Well, I mean, we're in your home. I'm happy. You're happy.
Here we go.
We got some good happy food that was in your home.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, ¿qué pasó, amigo? This is Jesus.
Jesus.
Hey, Junior, how about a Corona, man? How about a Corona? You can have a Corona? Your Corona?
Save this one for
Well, I didn't have Coronas, but I did have weed, and he was actually down to partake, which was funny, and I figured why not, you know? Figured I'd share one for the dude that's out here creating art and making people's life more interesting. Why not get a little bit interesting in this interview with him, you know? And he was willing, and he was down for it.
I had some questions that I wrote down. Alright, I already asked you if you're originally from Dallas. You interested in any music?
Nickelback and Pinball with Elton John and Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Oh, yeah. What about John Lennon?
Oh, yeah.
He's a Lennon man. He was a true artist. Right?
So I found out that he has been homeless for 14 months, living under another bridge that wasn't in this video. And then after that, he moved to this bridge, and he had been there for 12 months at the time of videoing this, which was in October of 2022. It is now August of 2023 as I'm editing this, and I have a friend who works nearby there that drives down that road all the time. He says that he still sees his art up there, so I'm assuming that he still lives there, which would make it 24 months, 2 years now that he's been living under this bridge. I encourage anyone that lives in the Dallas-Fort Worth area to, if you're near Regal Row, which is the bridge that he's at is across from the Sterling Hotel, and then there's a Quick Trip right there. I encourage you to be able to bring him a meal if you can, maybe even talk with him. He's a really cool, down-to-earth guy. I think he'd really enjoy that. I'd really enjoy if you did that, and if you do, please leave a comment. Let me know. I don't know if he'd remember me, but tell him that Cameron says what's up. That'd be really cool. I'd like that a lot. So as you can see here, it was super windy outside, and again, that's why I wasn't able to get audio for this, and I apologize again. I asked him why he was homeless. I don't know if I was a little insensitive or not, but he didn't seem to mind it too much. But he said that what originally happened was he was working for some company. They brought him out there, and some things went awry, and he got stuck living outside, and now he says that he's in some kind of legal predicament. I don't know if it's with the company trying to sue them or do something, but he says that as soon as he gets to take action in a court, then he's gonna take that action, be done with it, and he wants to move to a different city and try to start his life over a little bit new. I'm wishing him all the best luck with that. I'm sending my thoughts out there, and I hope that anyone watching this can do the same, because people that are living like this, you know, it's not fun, it's not good. You can imagine the very cold and harsh days, and everyone's a human, you know, everyone has a story.
Alright, bro. Be safe, man.
You got it.
So after we talked, I went and looked at some of the pieces that he had up in the moment that were not there in the first video, because he changes the art scenes every week or two, sometimes every day. But I had asked him how long he had been doing art, and he said he hadn't started until he was homeless, which surprised me because he has such an eye for art. It just seemed like something that he had been doing for a while, but it's really cool seeing someone get into it late in life. He told me that the flowers and everything that he gets, that he puts in his pieces, he gets from this lady who has a floral shop down in the area somewhere, which was cool to me because it's cool to see local business owners helping not only the homeless but help the local art scene out, and that really stuck out to me a lot. His preferred time to work on art is in the mornings, which is pretty cool. He wakes up and he says he just likes to get things done, and it helps him to wake up and start the new days and look forward to something. He likes to make his art in themes with the seasons. Like if it's fall, he likes to do fall colors, spring colors, and so on. And we got to talking about how art touches people, and every single person that comes by and drives by sees his stuff, and that, you know, they may not come and say anything, but it definitely like sticks out and makes an impact in the area. He also told me to go down the road a couple of exits, and there is this art studio that he said he likes a lot, and he said it looked like laundry on the thing. I actually went there and it says Beaudry, but I think he might have dyslexia or he's not able to read well, because whenever I gave him the fortune cookie, he couldn't read it. He had me read it for him, so it made sense why he thought it was laundry.
Yo, he said to go down the freeway and past Mockingbird, and on the right side there would be a building that looked like it said laundry, and it was an art place that he really liked, and I found it. So I'm gonna see if they'll let me check it out, and I'm gonna ask if they'll let me film. I doubt it. It's a little small place, like one car here, but I like the creative world, and I just now started getting into it. I just made a YouTube channel like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, cool.
And I actually like pulled over on the side of the road and filmed his art over there because it stood out to me, and that was my first ever YouTube video.
Oh,
and
wow.
then I went to that QT another day and ran into him, and I was like, hey, do you mind if I interview you one day or whatever? And he said, yeah. So I came today with the camera and interviewed him. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Cool dude. I mean, he just said he just started doing art when he started living on the street. Yeah, he didn't even do art before that, or wasn't really like even paying much attention to it. So that's pretty cool. Like, and you know Kanye West? Yeah, he said, look, I love Kanye too. He's going through a little bit of media craze right now.
Well, people don't understand.
People don't understand him. Yeah.
You know, in my opinion, the reason why is because celebrities and anybody who's above the rest of us can't speak how they really feel.
Yeah.
They can't.
No.
They all fucking lie.
They have to be
to
PR.
make themselves look better.
Yeah, PR.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit.
You know?
Yes.
Kanye says what's on his mind.
Yes,
and
and
you
I
can
love
tell when he's thinking. Isn't that one cool?
The Bird Woman? Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes, it's really cool.
Yeah, I got her in 2005.
Yeah?
Hadar Sabul is the artist. She was the top artist out at Collin County Community College.
Okay.
And she got a big show for being the top artist.
Yeah.
And I framed that piece and I framed her whole show.
Yeah.
And traded her for that piece.
Really? That's a beautiful frame on it too.
Isn't it great?
Yes.
We're going to put a piece of plexiglass on it when it sells, but the plexiglass cost $5,000.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's an Optium museum plexiglass.
Yeah. I bet it costs.
Yeah, you noticed all the fabric and texture and everything.
Yeah, and the little bedazzles and stuff in there. It's really cool. Oh wow, I didn't even realize that it blew. That is cool. That is so cool.
So she was a set and costume designer in Israel.
Oh,
That's
really?
her background.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's freaking awesome. This is beautiful.
Amazing.
This is
It's
great.
actually her mom.
That she modeled it after?
No, it's her mom.
Oh, that,
Yeah.
That's really cool. Wow. Yeah, dude, this thing like that definitely spoke to me. I also like this metal piece right here a lot so far.
Brooke, did you see the big sculpture up front?
Oh, you know what? I pulled in right there. I almost missed it because he said, look for a building it looks like it says laundry. And I was looking and I was like, it kind of does. I can see him saying it. And so, yeah, I missed that. That is cool.
Yeah, this is a bovine exotica, is what he called it. He's a metal worker, and then his dad is an art therapist. His brother's without creativity, you know, who wants to live in this world?
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be able to make it. I'd be gone. Yeah.
So this is Miss Bugs.
Oh.
Need to open one up anyway. Some artwork.
Oh wow, that thing really popped out whenever you took that off. I was like,
Isn't it
holy
cool?
crap. Yeah, the eyes are so like.
So it's just silk screens. This is gold leaf. You know, this is totally Damien Hirst, the butterflies.
Yeah. Dang, that is really cool. Oh, I like that little face on the little curled up body right there.
So look at all the, do you see all of them?
Yeah,
the little iconic, Obama.
Yeah, Michelin Man,
yeah.
iconic KFC, Takashi Murakami.
Yeah, they're, you know.
Yeah. Powerpuff Girls, my girl would like that. She loves the Powerpuff Girls.
Hey, there's Pikachu.
A one-eyed Charlie Brown. That's so cool.
These are great.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the artist Daniel Johnston?
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, you'd love him. He made music, but he also drew little pictures and made all his cover ups and stuff.
Really? This guy, Alex Pass, he's from Ukraine.
Okay.
Yeah, him and his sister moved here in 2018, I believe.
That is cool stuff.
Oh, they're so cool.
Reminds me of Cause.
Yeah, I love this one. Of course, I'm 60, so it reminds me of the 70s.
Did you fall into the acid boom of the 70s?
Not really.
No?
Not really.
No?
I've always worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't really, trip on acid and work.
Yeah. I mean, you have weekends. I like the bison right there, too.
Yeah, she's cool. She lives out in Breckenridge, Texas. Shalom.
Breckenridge, Texas. I didn't know that.
Shalom Wilson is her name. Her daughter is a type 1 diabetic, and my son is a type 1 diabetic.
Uh-oh.
That's how we met.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
I mean, that's not cool, but I mean, that's cool.
That we met.
Yeah.
This woman, Sue Purdue, she's 90 years old.
Really?
Yeah, she has these little bitty birds. They're
That's so
so cute. Baby birds.
Yes. There's my fiance was reading about some lady who started art when she was like 85.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, that's really cool. That gives you inspiration because I'm always like, oh, I should have done this whenever I was little. That's what I always think. But
more of the Andy Warhols.
Yeah,
These
cool.
are silk screens. They're sanctioned by the Warhol organization, and they are the Sunday Be Morning edition. So they're limited edition. Andy sent the Marylands, I think it was the Marylands, is it the Marylands or the Flowers? Maybe it was the Flowers, to his friend in Belgium, who had a printing company. And they thought it'd be kind of cool to saturate the market back in the 70s, 60s. And so that's how this series all started with Warhol out of Sunday Be Morning, because that's the name of the printing company.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, what's the name? Okay.
Some of them, even though they're not signed, but this is the signature. That is how Andy did them at the factory.
Yeah.
So, but they're in black.
Really?
Would be worth $100,000.
Man.
No matter what shape they're in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, these are really cool. This is another series that I bought. We'll be framing these soon to do our next show next month. So all silk screens.
See, I'll switch up the displays
Yeah,
every now and then.
We'll be starting to do that this next week. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Warhol is cool, man. And thank God for him, because I don't know if we'd know Basquiat as well without Warhol.
Totally. These are fun.
These are cool.
Squishy series. They're done with crayon, melted wax.
What?
But it's crayon.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's unique.
I asked him for a skull series because, there's one over around the corner that looked like a skull, and everyone's like, "Is that a skull?" So I'm like, "Oh, get some."
Give me a skull series, like a skull wall. That's really cool.
So we'll put those out.
I like his signature.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, these are original.
Never seen these. You know what? I feel like I have seen that before.
These
I've seen that
these
before.
are. I don't remember who. I should have asked him who these were. They're not Cause, or are they? They could be. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen it somewhere. So, man, that bugs me because I feel like I.
Yeah, this is a little old guy. He's been in the geometric art world for years, like 50 years.
Really?
Yeah, he's ancient. This is Walter. Oh my God, I just forgot Walter's last name. Walter Land. This is a series that he did when he started when he was 12 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
I really like that one right there that you just grabbed.
So these are fun. These are all cutouts.
Oh wow.
That's really what he does is these cutouts. You can feel the texture on it. So it has the different series. There's the rest of the blue.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
can put him. That's really cool. And he started these when he was 12.
When he was 12.
How old is he now?
In his 50s.
Really?
Yeah, in fact, his son.
When did he put this collection out?
God, about a year ago. We haven't sold any, and
Really?
we had them from framed. Most of them framed. Had them out. I'm just like, what the hell is wrong with people?
I really like
You
that
know,
one.
I mean, first of all, he's a black artist. Let's
Yeah.
support some of my black guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, support.
Yeah.
You know, John
Yeah.
wanted Price.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you need to buy one. He's like, well, it's too expensive for my blood. And I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah, no, that's
$1,200
yeah,
is too expensive
that's a
for your
good price
blood.
for that, for sure.
You know?
If I wasn't a broke ass college kid, I'd be here right now. But yeah, that's my dream, is to have like an art studio where I can put up others' art and make art and stuff.
Yeah, there's a big artist studio. There's a big event going on right now down
Oh,
in the
that's
Tin.
really
This is really cool. This is an old poster. That's another thing. I collect old posters.
That's cool.
So it's not Picasso. There's a art show going on right now down in the Tin District.
Hey guys, I just want to say thanks for watching another video. I had a realization while editing this video that I didn't really have on the day of. I went from going to interview a homeless man that does art on the side of the street that inspired me to go talk to him, to later that same day being in a high-end art gallery, all because of him. And it just goes to show the dichotomy of things, like what we would consider the lowest level of society influencing me to go to some high-end art gallery with pieces from Andy Warhol and prints from Banksy and a poster from Picasso. And it just goes to show that we all have a purpose on this earth. Every institution, every person, every being. And I hope that this inspires you to talk to everyone that you meet and get creative, put some sort of creative energy out into the world. Even if you don't consider yourself an artist, I believe that everyone has some sort of artist inside of them. And yeah, I hope that this hits home with some of y'all. If you could, please hit me with a subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment about anything, and I'll do my best to get back to it. I'll see y'all next week in the next video.